Right, we're going to make a cheese omelette. Okay, so really, really simple, but it's really an amazing thing to be able to make an omelette. I did read somewhere that everybody should be able to make an omelette, and it's the best way to impress your partner, be it male or female. And I couldn't make an omelette until I was about 45. So I don't know what it says about me. Really simple. Okay, we're going to use 2 eggs, and we're going to use some cheese and a bit of oil. So that's all we're going to do. So what you're going to do, you're going to crack 2 large eggs into a bowl. There's 1. There's 2. Okay. And then what you're going to do, make sure you don't get any shell in your egg. There's a little bit there. Is with a fork, we're just going to beat the eggs so that they're all joined together. Okay, so we beat our eggs up. And I do think making an omelette is actually a bit sort of trial and error. And once you make a basic omelette, you can then start adding different things to it. Okay, so what we're going to do, we're going to heat a little bit of oil in the pan. Okay, just a little dribble. We don't need very much. This is a non-stick pan, so you don't need very much oil. We put a little bit of oil in. Okay, and we're going to get it on. Okay, so we're going to get that hot. Okay, and the key to making an omelette is to not make scrambled egg. Okay, so when we're doing this, what we're going to do is we're going to be really careful when it's in the pan that we don't make scrambled eggs. So we move the oil around the pan a little bit. Now, because this is an induction hob, when you move it off the pan, it loses the heat. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to add our egg into the pan. Okay, I'm going to put that one over here. And all we're going to do is we're just going to gently move the egg around a little bit so that it covers the base of the pan. And we're going to turn the heat up a bit. And then just the edges, we're just going to move so that it's one big omelette. And we're going to leave it to start to cook. Okay. Now, whilst that's cooking, I've already done it before, but what you're going to do is you're going to grate about 10 to 15 grams of cheese. So I'm using cheddar cheese. Now, you could use vegan cheese, or you could use red Leicester. You could use any cheese you like. Okay. And what we want is the eggs just to start to cook. I'm just going to turn it down a little bit. Okay. Now this is a non-stick pan, so you have to use a non-stick pan for this. Okay. And what we're not doing, which if it was scrambled eggs, we'd be sort of moving it around quite a bit, but we're not. We just want it to start to cook, and it's going to be going nice and brown underneath. And we just move the edges a little bit. Okay. Just move that liquid around a little bit inside it. Okay. Okay, now when that happens, when it starts to kind of bubble a little bit and it's still not quite cooked on top, just a little bit raw around the edges, doesn't take very long. Okay, what we're going to do is we're going to put our cheese, we're going to sprinkle our cheese into the middle. Okay, so we sprinkle our cheese onto the omelette. Okay, and that cheese is going to cook and it's going to melt into the egg, which is going to be really, really delicious. And then what we're going to do is we're going to fold half of the omelette onto the other side. Okay. Now, this is where you've got to be. You just got to go for it. Okay. So I might need to use another spatula. So we're going to loosen the sides a little bit. Okay. And all we're going to do is we're going to flip it over so you've got half of the. I'm going to use another spatula as well. Okay. This is where it could probably all go very wrong. Okay, so we're going to get our spatulas underneath it. And all we're going to do is flip it up. Oh, perfect. So you've got like a half moon, and you can see it's all kind of brown on the top. And then what we're going to do is we're going to leave that to cook just for a little bit longer. And the cheese is starting to melt and it's starting to come through. So, now you might need to practice a few times, but this is what the omelette's going to look like. Leave that to cook. And then it doesn't take very long at all. We're going to put it onto a plate. And my eldest daughter, she has this with ketchup. So you can have your omelette with ketchup, or you can just have it with a bit of salt and pepper. You just want to have a little sneaky peek underneath. So we don't want it to burn. It's going nice and brown. And then what we're going to do, we're going to turn the heat off. Doesn't need very long. And then we're going to put it onto the plate. Put that over it. And there is our cheesy omelette. And then when you put your fork in, all the cheese oozes out. And that's super quick. That takes a couple of minutes. That's really delicious, healthy omelette, 2 eggs, a bit of cheese, a little bit of oil. Practice at home. If you make a mistake, it doesn't matter. So we all make kitchen disasters. Once you get it right, you can then start adding some ham to it. You can add some herbs to it. You can make really delicious omelettes. But this is the basis of a very simple, easy to cook lunch or tea. Brilliant. Okay, keep watching because we're going to have a lemon drizzle cake recipe, which is very straightforward as well, but also super delicious. As you can see, there's kind of cake everywhere in this kitchen. Keep watching, keep trying the recipes, and keep sending in all your feedback. Brilliant. Thank you.